to YouTube. I appreciate y'all, anyone and everyone that's there. I'm going to jump here. Go to, I don't need a showcase. I need the community. Where's my community? Community hangout. There we go. And we go to share my screen. Entire screen. There we go. Okay. Now, I need to open this up. Marketing. Go to my live. And there we go. We are live there, so that's good. Okay. I'm just setting up here. Oop, that's not good. Technical difficulties there. There we go. Okay, that's better. Oop, no, it's not. Look here. Okay, here we go. And we go to it. Go live, and my camera keeps wanting to fall. No. Yeah. Come on. Up there. You're gonna be annoying. There we go. Yay. Technical issues. Gotta love them. Knock off. There we go. Okay. Now then, we go here. We go to settings. We go to moderator. We go there. Content disclosure. Click save. Let's see how Claude's doing. Alright, cool. Alright, there we go. Yep. We are live, folks. Yep, continue. There, we go live. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and I am live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. However the case may be, or may not be. I'm just going to share this live out to a few folks on TikTok. Where are you at? Let's see here. TikTok, it's the best. There we go. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm just sharing my live out. And what you're actually looking at right now is a website that I made. Well, the front page anyways. I have not finished the back page. I have not quite finished it yet, but the beautiful thing about this is every piece of artwork that you're seeing that is scrolling by is 100% controlled by Google Sheets and is my own artwork. This is a really good way of not only showing my own artwork, but it is also a way of making sure that people can see it. Grabs their eye and they're like, ooh, hey, I want to actually check this out. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. And this, of course, was built by my Spark persona, who has had a major update. Let's see here. Oh, good. And speaking of updates, Claude's running there. Thank you, Desi. I appreciate that. Now, the beautiful thing about this is not only is this controlled via Google Sheets, so I can literally come in and I can change every single page that all this artwork. I can go in and change it easily. I have it all. This entire hosted website is literally hosted on Netify, which means it's 100% free. And all I did was I went to Claude with my persona Spark, updated the ever-living crap out of Spark, because Spark now has a lot of interesting tricks and whatnot, and then told Spark that, hey, this is what I want. Let's just kind of make something visually appealing, something that's a little bit on the unique side. And voila, we have this. Let's see here. One more share and then I'm done with sharing. There we go. I am now done. Woohoo. There we go. But this is literally all coded by Claude and my persona Spark. I don't know. I know a little bit about CSS and I know a little bit of HTML to really be dangerous. But I cannot be... hey, Claudia, how you doing? But I cannot build this. But my persona Spark, on the other hand, and Claude, boom. She actually went ahead and built this for me. And this is just the home. This is the home page. You press enter gallery, and as I said, I still have to fill all this out here. And each of these photos here, you can literally click on. You can actually, as you can see, it kind of brings them up a little bit. We have our sliding cube, which needs to be have a little bit of improvement on it. But each cube, if you click on that, it'll bring up a photo, which these are just placeholders for once I actually have time to finish out all that. We have the music, full dice, and each of these frames will actually you'll be able to click on each one to bring up a different kind of music if you want. Plus, it will have full photos on it, or you can just change the colors if you want. And this is the process of basically step 1, step 2, and all that good jazz. We literally have a side scroll bar here. Hope you're doing good this evening, Claudia, by the way. And then we also have, people can actually write their own message and whatnot, and I will supposedly get it. Supposedly is being the keyword here. Oh, we also have the why is it different? So each one is literally has the negative side to it, and then once you scroll over top of it, boom, it shows you the positive side. 100% free hosting on this one using Netify. Netify is very easy to use if you've never used it before. Mind you, I have not changed my domain name or anything like that. Well, I appreciate you coming in and playing via on work time. I always encourage that. But as you can see, I can have an art gallery, which I can then show off my own artwork if I wanted to. Or I could flip this and turn this into a store using a combination of print on demand and Stripe, hosted completely on Netify, and it would be free, so I wouldn't have to worry about using Shopify or anything like that. Netify is great for hosting free websites, static websites, and if you hook your website through Google Sheet, it is no longer static. You can change every single aspect of this. That is why Netify is so good. It's free. You can actually change your domain. You can change the domain name, because right now my domain name is inspiring Kherson 642655.netify.app. No one really cares where it's hosted at, to be perfectly honest. But even if I wanted to go with my own, if I wanted to go with a hosting service, say something for WordPress, I can still do this in WordPress because this is all HTML, CSS, WebGL, and a few other acronyms. But really, Netlify is a really good place to run entire website, literally run an entire website from. So you can load up photos, you can load web pages, you can kind of host exe programs, kind of not. Never used Vercel. But if you go into Netlify, if we just go to Netlify real quick, if I go to let's just go to Netlify, Netlify, completely free. You don't have to pay for squat. Don't use the AI or anything like that. And I do believe the Grumpy team. Okay, well that's typical for me on mine. I have like 2 or 3 different accounts, and if you wanted to, all you have to do is you come in here where it says Add New Product. And then you just drag your product. There goes technical issues. The phone almost fell. You're going to click Open Folder, and you're going to load it up, and boom. And it literally takes a matter of maybe a minute and a half for you to actually be 100% live on Netlify. Now, the problem with Netlify is that with it being static, any changes that you make to your code, you have to re-upload. Whereas with, you were 100%. You were 100% live. As soon as you load this up, it's live in a couple of minutes. No GitHub. I like GitHub, but it's a pain in the ass. But there is literally no GitHub. This is literally HTML website, and boom, off to the fucking races you go. As a matter of fact, give me just a second and I'll show you. Let me see here. I gotta grab it off my laptop though. So I will have this actually in 2 places. So let's go ahead and load up. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to load my file here because there's literally a full folder that I have to load up. We go to copy. We're going to drop that onto my stick here. Paste. But it might take a second or so. Yeah, but literally there is literally no GitHub involved in this. This is just straight. If you make a straight HTML website, technical issues. Hope you all enjoyed that trip. Oh, will you stop falling over? Stay. No. You're loading your HTML. You're literally loading your. Hold on a second. I need to readjust my tripod here. You're just going to be loading your HTML coding. There we go. Okay. Stupid phone. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come to here, and I will show you the folder once I find it. Let's see here. And it better be on here, because I just pulled it. Let's see here. Hold on a second. The gallery. Okay, that's what it's called. There it is. Okay, so let me make sure you can see this. This entire folder right here. Cool. Thanks, Des. If you go to the gallery, as you can see, I literally have all these. Hold on a second. Once my phone quits doing its stupid shit, there we go. I have literally a gallery HTML, an index HTML, and the index is the front page. That is what everyone's going to find straight off the bat. We have landing, we have some JSJ, and I also have all of my images stored in here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come to Netlify, find Netlify again. Did I close Netlify? Damn it, I closed Netlify off. Hold on a second. Let me bring it back up. We go to Netlify. It is on. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on where it says Add Product. It says literally Add Project. Big orange button there. Sorry, blue button. And then you're going to find your folder. And where it says choose a folder, you're going to click on that. I'm going to go into my stick here, find my folder, the gallery. We'll click Upload. And it's going to ask you, do you want to upload all of it? And we're going to say yes, upload. Probably doing well designed. And then, voila, we are now live. Now, I could go in, change the domain name, which, you know, if you're running a brand and you're putting your website, your actual website out on your brand, you do want to mess with you want to go in and change your domain name and whatnot. And all you got to do is click here, and boom, the gallery. Now, it's going to change all my photos. It just takes a second or two. And voila, my website is now live. And this is just the front page that everyone sees. I literally loaded all my artwork into one folder, loaded it onto Netify, then went to my Google Sheet, because this is, again, 100% controlled via Google Sheets, and loaded all my photos up and said, hey, whoop, there we go. Oh, you're most welcome. But Netify is absolutely amazing. Even if you just have a straight HTML file, you can load that HTML file. Always send me a message, Claudia. If you forget, send me a message. You know how to get a hold of me. I'll walk you back through it without any problems. But literally, my Google Sheet controls the entire. It controls all the photos. If I wanted to, I could literally wipe out. Now, again, this is the one problem. Oh, you're most welcome. The one problem with Netify is, say that I don't like these photos, or I'm bored and I want to change my photos up. I have to reload once I put all my new photo. Once I put all my new photos into the image folder here. If I wiped out all of these and reloaded new ones, I literally have to load the entire folder. This entire folder here, I have to reload to Netify in the same project. And again, it takes a minute and a half to do that. But Netify is an actual static web page. So even if I were to make changes to the HTML, a simple change to the HTML file, I had to load the entire folder again. Because if I were to just load that one HTML file, it's going to wipe everything out. And it's only going to load that one HTML file. So that can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. But there's no GitHub. It's free. So, and you can, I don't think they have a limit on how many projects that you have. And if it does, you literally just start another account. As I said, I've got like two or three different accounts on Netify, just in case. But it's pretty easy to set it up. And with my Spark skill, which reminds me, I need to see if Spark has been updated. If Claude has finished updating my Spark skill. Yes, update. You're taking fucking forever today. I want you to merge it. Pain in the ass. Thank you. And boom. You know, so literally, I can have an entire HTML website built, and this one here honestly took me about an hour and a half to build because of one fact. I was fucking around looking through websites and updating my Spark skill, and then I basically told her to go ham with this. And now she has the Spark slots, which is this here. I literally saw this on a website. And I was like, ooh, I really like that. That would make a really interesting homepage just for people to come into. And that's all this is. This is just a landing page. And then I click on here. And if I wanted to, I could literally have her build me an entire storefront. Instead of having this here. As I said, the cubes are a little too small. I'd have to have her adjust the cube size for me. But I could literally build an entire storefront here. So we have the process, we have, you know, all this lovely stuff. It's all on brand for my brand, the Realm Render, and Spark. So, literally, as you can see, a Spark flagship build. All 100% controlled, again, via Google Sheets. If I go to Google Sheets, we go to Google Sheet. Nope, not Google. I need Google Sheets. Google Sheets. and find the realm rendered grout. Voila. And this is literally my entire... Will you stop that? This is my entire sheet. I literally have reels. I have the slots. This is how all the photos are actually handled and controlled. Hey, Toya. And yeah, I use Claude. I'm a Claude fanboy. I let Claude do all of it. And here's where I would literally put in my cube stuff. And it will update. It will literally update the cubes right off the bat. As a matter of fact, if I go ID, let's just go 1, title, we'll just go 1. And what I'll do is I'm going to come back to my slots, and I'm just going to grab these photos real quick. And I'll show you what I mean by it being controlled. We do that. Come back to my slots again. We're just going to grab all of this because this is literally loaded already in my... it's literally loaded on the website, so I don't have to worry about that. And we just go across and we add each and every single one across. And the one thing that you have to be careful with Google Sheets is it is fucking case sensitive. Even a odd space that you could easily miss, that you put like at the very beginning of something, will screw this up. It'll make it to where your website cannot find the information. So like across this bottom here. Hope you're doing well, Toya, by the way. If I were to rename this, like this cube here, if I go to rename and I put a space where it actually says cubes right here. Let me make sure you can actually see that. Yep. If I put a space right in front of that S, my website's not going to be able to find this. It will not know what to do. It will not know what to do with that information. So it'll be completely blank. It'll leave it. Will literally leave it completely out of it, which can actually throw your website. Nope. Close that off. Thank you. It'll literally throw your website off. Nothing will work, and it can take you days to figure out exactly where the hell you went wrong, and it will piss you off like you wouldn't believe. And then we go to true. There we go. So now, if I come back to my project here, we go to we enter the thing here, scroll down, find my cubes, and voila! See, 1 cube. That is all that there is because I don't have any more cubes put on there. But as you can see, all my pictures. You can click on that, and it will literally bring the picture up. And the cube randomly spins on its own. So that don't do that. That was me. That wasn't the website. But as you can see, different photos, and my mouse wants to go nuts. Look here. Thank you. So if somebody clicks on it, boom, they get to see the picture. Hey, Jazz. Thanks for swinging in. This is all 100% free, loaded onto Netify. Doesn't cost me squat. I can change my domain name because I actually have a proper domain name. I just haven't gotten around to doing it just yet. But this is basically just an art gallery. I can literally load my own music up to this, put it into... I would literally put it, again, load my music into Netify and have that loaded. Hello, Hughes. Thanks for joining. And as you can see, we literally have a nice little spinning bar there. And the really cool thing is I also have what is called the Spark Hot Jar. And basically what the Spark Hot Jar is, it is a free analyzing tool. This is actually going to keep track of where my users are pointing at on my website. It basically just literally tracks where they're actually clicking at, how far down that they've gone, how far up they've gone on my website, what they're actually using. The whole works. This way, if let's say that someone comes to my website and I'm noticing like 30 or 40 people are clicking on this one bear picture, but it doesn't do anything. That's going to tell me that I need to either make it do something, or maybe I actually want to link this to another page. So that instead of having this bare picture here and it says street there, I could have certain bits of artwork here. Say, because again, this is just a gallery. This is a gallery idea behind it. So say that I want one of these pages to literally be Gothic art. The other one's going to be landscape. The other one's going to be chibi stuff. Whatever I want to put it there, I could link that specific photo to a brand new page. This can be done with storefronts as well. However you want to do this, and I can have multiple cubes here. I can literally just keep adding more cubes, just by coming into here and loading them up. Just like ID number 2. So if we do that, title 2, and again, all I had to do is just grab more images. We'll grab 6 more images, and we'll load this. We'll just literally load them up, so that it goes across the board. Let's see. Actually, I want to see something. Let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna go. Yep. Control C. Let's see if I can make this easier on myself. Yay! Sorta. I don't know why it chose to do all of that, but oh, I know why it did that. Okay, so all I gotta do is just come down here and just delete all this stuff here. Screw it. I'll be lazy today. Delete that. We go to true. So much for making it easier on myself. If we come back to here, the art gallery, Control Shift R, refresh it. There should be, voila, see, 2 cubes. Mind you, they're all the, you stop doing that. Now that is the website doing that. So we literally have 2 cubes set up, all controlled via Google Sheets, using it as what is called a CMR, which is, I can never remember what the hell the CMR stands for. But if I want more cubes, I add more cubes. Same with the dice here, the pyramid. I can change all of those, add photos to it, however I want. And it's not hard to set up Google Sheets, because you're literally going to either let my Spark persona who built this entire page do it for you, or you can go to Claude and say, okay, I need an HTML web page. This is what I want, and you go through that, and then you just tell, hey, connect me to Google Sheets. I am going to start offering this as a service for building web pages, so that all you have to do is literally give me a brand Bible, and boom, we can literally build you an entire page in about it might take Claude maybe 10-15 minutes. And you literally load everything to your store. I mean, well, not to your store, but to your website, and boom. If I wanted to, I could start a POD store right here, or a drop shipping store, using Netify and Stripe. If you're going to sell something, you need some kind of payment gateway. I honestly recommend using Stripe. Now, the warning with Stripe is if you haven't used your Stripe account, or you're just starting off, they keep your money for anywhere between a week to 2. And that is to protect anyone that's new to you. It's to protect, not only is it to protect you in a way, but it's more to protect your customers so that they don't get their asses scammed. And unfortunately, there are some assholes that will do that. So Stripe holds your money for a week or 2 when you first start off. And then it gets to the point where it is anywhere between 1 to 3 days before you get your money. But again, I can change all of these photos. When I get bored with watching them scroll past, I can go into my Google Sheet and make some more photos and upload them into my folder, load everything, drop everything back into Netify, and boom. And then I would have to change my Google Sheet unless I kept the naming, the way that I have the names, which right now I literally have 22 photos loaded up. And I'm just being, I was just being generic and just said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That way it's just easy for me. I am all about being as lazy as I can and still have something really impressive. Now, Spark is uploaded on my store. You will actually find her with Architron. Architron builds all of my persona, literally builds my HTML generators for me. All I got to do is, when I'm first starting off, I tell them exactly what I want, and then I can get really lazy with my prompting after that. After you build, and you can do this actually with any AI, after you build, say, 2 or 3 generators, yeah, it works very well, and Spark will actually go anywhere. You can put her into ChatGPT, Gemini. I don't recommend letting Gemini do any kind of coding. That's kind of like giving a 2-year-old a sharp knife and saying, "Here, go play with Granddad." It might be funny to begin with, but it ain't going to end pretty. But I can take any of my personas and I can put them into ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, Grok, Claude, and I'm not bound to one system. So mind you, there are a few places that I do not recommend you using, like Gemini. Don't use Gemini for coding. It just, for some reason, it absolutely fucking sucks. But brainstorming, on the other hand, it beats everything hands down. So what I will do with Gemini is I use it for a lot of research and a lot of brainstorming. I come up with some crazy idea for a program that I want to vibe code into existence. And say, okay, hey, this is what I need, this is what I want. Can we do it? And then I will sit there for an hour or two and just sit there and talk with Gemini. And at the end of that 2 hours, I will end up with a prompt a highly technical prompt that I can take to Claude Code and say, okay, Claude, here is my idea. Ask me any questions you have before we start to build. And Claude will this saves me usage on my Claude account, as well as it just speeds things up. So literally, you're going to start off, if you're going to vibe code, I would honestly, let's see, did we actually update it? Done. The Spark Persona skill is updated with. Cool, there we go. Like this one here. This program here is called Turn and Bird Pod Automation. This is hooked to Printify. And I vibe coded this entire thing. And what this does is this bulk uploads all of your photos into Printify. It will actually literally write your SEO titles, SEO descriptions, tags, products, the whole. You can literally, it hooks right to your store, your specific store, using Printify. We can literally search the products to find out what products we want, what they have. So if we wanted something like, just say we just type in mugs, and there we go, my cap lock was on. So I could literally click on this one here. We're going to go select that, the accent mug, and boom. As you can see, it also pulls up a quick image of what the mug actually looks like. And this is all using Printify's API to literally load everything up. So if I want, and then also it uses Claude to allow me, if I go to, I can load my designs to whatever folder I want. If I come here and I tell Claude to give me the SEO title, it's literally going to give me the SEO title. It's going to give me the full description and tags, all on brand for me because I've loaded my brand Bible up. And it loads it straight to my, all for every product that I load is 1 cent. So if I load, 1 to 3 cents sometimes. It just depends on the photo size, I think. But either way, if say that I want to run 100 photos, I've made 100 different photos using my resizer to make sure that it resizes to the proper size and all that good jazz for Printify. I load 100 photos up to this program here in a matter of 10, maybe 15 minutes. It'll cost me $1.50 because I'm letting Claude do all the heavy lifting for me. I'm letting it make the titles, the descriptions, and the tags, all on brand. Load it to Printify, and then I just go to my Printify store and I double check what Claude has written. You don't just say, okay, hey, that's good. We're gonna publish it, and then you have to go manually in and publish it. I have set it up so that it forces you to manually publish this because I want people to actually stop trusting AI blindly. AI is an imperfect tool. It's going to fuck up. It's not when is it going to fuck. Well, actually, it's not an if it will fuck up. It is a when it fucks up. That simple. So you need to read what it's putting out to you. So Spark skills. There's my skills. Let's see here. Yes. Allow. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. And this, by the way, that's my Spark skill. She has got a ton of stuff in her now. Whee! So if I copy that, yay! And now I'm just gonna throw that into there, and I need that way Spark is completely updated for everyone that already owns her. By the way, my personas come with lifetime updates, so that when you actually have them, I'm constantly screwing with one persona or another, and I update them. Now, back to the whole AI thing, I can literally start an entire brand using the 4 main programs. Now, I've done this in the past, and there is actually a course if you want to learn how to use the AIs to properly do the research on brand, on how to build a brand from idea to your very first product. The course is in my store. It's $25 for the next 48 people, and then I'm going to remove it. I don't know if I'm going to jump the price up or if I'm just going to remove it completely from and retire it. I haven't made my mind up just yet. But right now, it's only for 48 people. And once I have the 48 people, it's gone, it's gone. So what we're going to do, though, is the first time that I did this, what you're looking for is you're looking for the overlaps. You want to see where they agree. So you're going to give the same prompt to all 4. Well, you can use Grok, but I don't really trust Grok. So I used 4 main AIs. I used ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and DeepSeek. Use them for free. Thank you for the heart meat, and hello, Ann. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to say, now, one thing that did say, kept mentioning, all 4 of them mentioned earlier, was doing something about chickens. Because apparently Chicken Mom and chickens are a up-and-coming thing for some reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it the same prompt to all 4. I'm going to just tell it, I am interested in starting a new brand. This brand will be all about chicken moms and or just chickens. I need you to verify. Yep. Verify if this is a good idea or not. Find me all the info you can. This will be a digital as well as print on demand brand. Now, this is ChatGPT, and good morning, good evening to you, Ann. Thanks for joining. So we're going to send that off. We're going to go to Gemini. Always start a new chat, by the way. When you're doing research, you want to start a brand new chat. And we're just going to chuck it into all of these. What we're looking for is we're looking for the overlap. Hold on a second. It's gone Chinese on me. Stop. English, please. Thank you. DeepSeek does that once in a while. It starts going in Chinese for some reason. And I do not read that. So, chat has given us 2 different prompts here. So after looking into it, I actually think this has potential to be a very strong niche brand, but only if you position it correctly. The key is you're not building a chicken brand, you're building an identity brand, which is true. Let's just click one of these. I'm just looking for the longest one. The longest one gives me better idea. There we go. I prefer this response. Here we go. So the idea here is, now I do want to actually address something here real quick. Once I go all the way back to the top, here we go. Okay, the bolded part right here. This is key for when you're building a brand. You're not building a chicken brand, you're building an identity brand. Your brand shouldn't just be a random brand about, say, a shoe brand. You're selling shoes, okay? Cool. That's not your brand. Your brand is, you just happen to sell shoes. You want people to identify with your brand. Look at Nike. Nike has grown through the years as it as it come into it does more than just shoes, but you associate Nike with an entire identity. Gatorade, you associate with an entire identity of runners or active people, whatever. You want to build you want to build an identity brand, something that people can identify and see themselves in. That is the key to good marketing. You don't want you don't want a bland brand. You really need to sell the identity. The identity makes it easier to actually sell. But what I'm looking for now, once I've actually said, I've given the same prompt, and if you want to grab this prompt, which by the way, my course will cover all of this because I am going to go a little on the fast side. You're going to literally grab your screenshot here and just replace chicken brand. Well, chicken moms or just chickens. Replace it with whatever idea that you want. We're looking for the overlaps, and this is where the AI really shines. What I need to do is we're going to go to File, New Window. I'm going to, normally what you're going to do is you're going to read everything that the AI gives you, all 4 of them. When you're first starting out, I highly recommend that you read at least 2 of them. I like what ChatGPT does. It gives me an overall score. Audience passion, pod potential, 9.5, digital products, 10 of 10, social media potential, 10 of 10, evergreen. If you do not know the term evergreen, it just simply means that I can sell this year-round. A good example of a store that is not evergreen is Halloween. Anything to do with Halloween, you've got one day, pretty much, for the most part, you only have one day that you can sell your stuff and really, really thrive off of it. Valentine's Day is another good one. So if you build a store or a temporary brand around holidays, those are not evergreen because you only have a certain amount of time to literally make as much money as you can before it gets shut down because everyone's moved on. So we now have evergreen, so 10 out of 10. Competition, 6 out of 10. That's still not bad. Ability to build communities, 10 out of 10. So there we go. Overall idea off of ChatGPT, it's saying this is a good 9.5 out of a 10. So we are literally going to grab all of this. Let's see here. Even better. Chicken owners usually overlap with multiple hobbies. One customer can bring in several, can belong to several different niches. So, chicken mom, also gardening, homesteading. It's going to give you ideas of what you can actually do. So, now your average customer doesn't buy one thing, she buys 20. Market demographic. And it's giving us some really good ideas, but I don't really want to read all through that. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to copy all of this that I got. I'm going to come into my notepad, blank notepad, and I'm going to just put in ChatGPT. Put that in there. Put a new line down at the very bottom so that I can actually type next. And the next one here is, that's fine. We go to Gemini. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to grab Gemini's information. Starting a brand focused on chicken moms and backyard chickens is a fantastic idea with real market momentum behind it. So, and it's going to tell us why it works, all that good jazz. We're going to copy that, and no, I do not need specific ideas. Mind you, if I want ideas, I'm going to Gemini. Gemini comes up with some really good ideas. Next, we go Claude. And see, I know this is not the most sexy thing that you can do. I'm not making movies or pretty pictures or anything like that. Here's what Claude has given us. Verdict valid, but not as is. The audience is real and growing. The pod angle you're picturing is oversaturated. Digital angle is wide open. Here's the evidence. So here we go. Let's see here. Which angle do you want to lead with? Digital first, tracker, planar tools, pod later, hybrid. We do hybrid. So we'll let Claude actually give us a little bit more ideas. So we'll copy that, throw this into Claude, underneath Claude. And what we're looking for is we're actually looking for intersections, where basically where everything actually agrees. And if you get 3 out of the 4 agreeing, this tells you that this is a really good idea. Hey DB, how you doing, man? Oh, speaking of DB, I want to just show you something real quick, man. And then I'm going to send you a message later on. Voila. A new webpage. All coded via Claude Code and me not knowing a damn thing about coding. And by the way, y'all, if you want to learn from some really great people, Claudia is one, and DB is the other one. Again, this website here, 100% coded using Claude Code and my skill Spark. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Controlled via Google Sheets again, so that I don't have to do anything. All I got to do is just load, and this is also loaded to Netify, by the way. No GitHub or anything like that. This is just straight load my files into Netify. Boom. 2 minutes later, my website's fucking live. So we're going to go back. Now, my next thing is make sure DeepSeek actually gave me the freaking information in freaking English instead of Mandarin, because I do not speak Mandarin nor read it. So all 4 of them are saying the chicken mom idea is a good idea. Strong, viable business idea. And backyard chicken enthusiast market is large. So here we go. We're going to copy all of this. Now this is where AI actually shines, folks. And we're going to go to DeepSeek. We are going to give it every single bit of information. And what I'm going to do is, after this, I'm literally just going to type in, okay, I got all of this information from all 4 major AIs. I need you to go through it all and find the intersections where everyone agrees, and then find out where and why each one disagrees. Control A, Control C. If you're on that shortcut keys for Windows, Control A will copy all text. Control C is the copy. Now I'm just going to literally put this same prompt, Control V, wait until chat gets done absorbing that, into Gemini, ChatGPT, send that in, Claude, and again, I'm using all free accounts here. I'm not using my paid shit. And as I said, non-sexy stuff, I understand that. But this is what and how you get your information. Okay, so go for it. Why are you being stupid? Chat's being stupid now. Oh, yeah. I'll go back to chat here in just a second. So here we go. Gemini is literally saying, here's an analyst of the market research you've pulled together, looking across all 4 AI valuations. Now, the reason why I suggest you hit all 4 is because all 4 of these, plus Grok, is they have their own database, which means you have a pool of knowledge now at your fingertips. And it's each database is different, but yet there's going to be some kind of intersections. So if you get, again, 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5 of the AIs agreeing that, hey, your idea is a brilliant idea, fucking run with it. But if, say that I come up with a wild-ass idea and only 2 of them say, hey, this is a great idea, and the other 3 are having a meltdown because I've put a glitch in the matrix, that tells me that, maybe that becomes a passion project of mine. I might not be able to make any money off of it, but maybe it's something that I want to do on the side. Let's find a better idea to where I can start building a brand around it. And yes, I have built multiple brands. I have failed multiple fucking times. And AI makes it to where we're not going to fail as much. You're going to still fail. Don't get me wrong. You know. Okay, why are you being stupid? Ah. Yep. Wrong button. Wrong button. What did I press? There we go. New chat. Recent. There we go. And let's just see if it actually got stupid or not. Yeah, it glitched out on me. That's ChatGPT for you. So we're just going to throw that back in there. There's a lot of information for it to grab. And we'll come back to it. So what we're going to do now is we're literally going to go in, and this is where you actually want to stop and read through what each AI that you've gone to gives you. So Gemini is saying the consensus, where all AI models agree. The market is massive and permanent. This is no longer a pandemic fade with 11 to 13 million U.S. households owning backyard flocks. The market is established, affluent, and still growing. Identity over utility. All the models agree that you aren't selling chicken supplies. You are selling the chicken mom identity. Audience treats their flocks as companion pets, like dog moms. Products must speak to the humor, chaos, and emotional attachment of raising chickens. Digital products are a gold mine, and a lifestyle brand is required. Simply opening a storefront with generic chicken vectors won't work. Success requires building a cohesive brand personality. Humorous, slightly sarcastic, cozy farmhouse. Good research here. The divergence where they disagree. Disagreement A is a traditional pod, highly lucrative, or saturated trap. ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek view pod t-shirts as a highly viable and the obvious choice, rating it as highly for this niche. DeepSeek calls it competitive but winnable. Claude strongly disagrees, calling the pod space oversaturated with identity, crazy chicken lady shirts, warning on the wafer thin margins, and race to the bottom. Now, Claude, out of all four of these, Claude is your outlier. You have three of them all saying the same thing here, is that, hey, we all agree pod is a good idea. Claude, on the other hand, is saying, no, stay the fuck away from it. Go digital. So, out of this one here, I would ignore Claude. Even though I'm a fanboy of Claude, I have three different databases telling me, hey, this chicken mom idea is a good one for pod. So, but Claude has, and this is, I'm going to talk about something real quick that nobody talks about. POD is thin margins. I'm talking $5 to $10 per product. Now you're thinking, well, fuck, why in the hell would I spend all that time and energy and possibly money to start a pod business if I'm only going to make $5 on a t-shirt? Because of the simple fact is, let's say I start an Etsy store for this chicken mom idea. I make a ton of t-shirts. I make photos, 100 photos, throw them all into, using my program, automatically loads it up to Printify. I load those 100 photos into my Etsy store. Cost me a little bit of money to do that. It's like 20 cents per transaction for Etsy. So at 100, I don't do math, folks, not this early in the morning. Let's go $100. I mean, not $100. We go 100 times 0.20 equals. That's not right. Yeah, that's right. $20. That can't be right. Hold on a second. Let me just, as I said, I don't do math in the morning. Times point. Actually, it's 0.2. It's 20 cents. No, that's not right. Either way, it might cost you $20 to load all of those up to your Etsy store. It's 20 cents per transaction. No, not 20. It'd be $2, $3, something like that. Somewhere around it. My brain doesn't work early this morning. Netify will post to Etsy for you. If I remember correctly, it will actually you can actually pull from Netify to your Etsy store. You can literally hook your Etsy store to Netify. So once it's published, it will actually be published on Printify, and then once it's published on Printify, it goes live in your Etsy store. So And I might even make this program of mine to see if I can connect it. I think Etsy may have a API that I can connect to as well. But again, each post that you put in there, it's 20 cents. But that 20 cents gets you 3 months worth of it staying on your store, and you don't have to pay an extra 20 cents every time. So you're looking at maybe $2 to paste 100 photos. Now, you're only going to make $5 to $10 on your Printify store, on Pod. And again, you're thinking to yourself, well, shit, $5 isn't anything, but you're thinking about this the wrong way. Print on demand is all about digital. It's all about volume. It's not about the overall price. So if I go and say I make a T-shirt, that one T-shirt I'm making a $5 profit after shipping, handling, and all the fees that Etsy takes out. Saying again, using Etsy store, I make $5. But if I get 10 people in a day, 7 days a week, buying that one T-shirt, that's money that I didn't have. So if I get, that's $50 a day, which ends up to being $350 in a week. That is what Pod is actually all about. It is about volume. It is not about the price, because in all honesty, if I start this chicken brand right now and I try to get $100 for a T-shirt, not one damn person's they're gonna laugh me out of business. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna say, "Fuck you! I'm not paying $100 for a T-shirt that has some crazy chicken on the front of it." Now, once the brand is established, people are still gonna laugh at you and ask you how many times you've been hit in the head because you're trying to sell a $100 T-shirt. But again, if I can get 10 people in, let's say the very first day that I go live on my Etsy store, this is an unrealistic goal, mind you. I get 10 people day one coming in. Next day, I have 20 people buying from me. Next day, 30 people buying from me. Fourth day, as you can see, it grows exponential. My profit will continue to grow, because I am bringing people into my store, either through designs, through ads, going live here on TikTok, going live on YT, doesn't matter. I am bringing people in here. My store grows, my brand grows, then I go from Etsy to my own store. I hook up Stripe to my store, and I start selling in that way. And I can set up a store here on Netify, run Stripe through, have all the products load into from Netify there, so that once people buy it, it automatically goes straight to Printify to place the orders and all that good shit. Fully automated. I lose 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction to Stripe, whereas Etsy takes I think 9% all total. They take a hefty chunk, and your customers are not yours. Your customers are Etsy's. They actually literally belong to Etsy. But if I bring them to my own store, on the other hand, I have full control over my clients. It makes it easier for me to send out emails to them, the whole works. So, if you're going to start with print on demand, I honestly recommend opening up an Etsy store. I do believe they're charging $30 for you to start your very first store. And you can change your store name and whatnot as you want to go along. So it is a fair price for that. So going into Etsy for the first time can be expensive. But it's still cheaper than like starting up a Shopify store, which I am a major fan of Shopify for physical products, not digital products. So you have those options. Or you can go to Netify, start up your store, go to WordPress. Again, I do not recommend using WordPress, WooCommerce. I've not had much luck with them. They're unstable. But, again, you come to your AI, before you go all in and start throwing money around, you go to your AIs, all 4 of them. You're going to use ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, Claude, and you can use them for free. All right, cool. I can actually send that in now, even when chat is being stupid. And you're going to read what it tells you. We're looking for the intersection. So here's what Claude has actually said. We're all four agree this is the real signal. Identity-driven niche, not a product niche. The trend is durable, not a COVID/egg price blip. Apparel pod is crowded with low differential listings. ChatGPT explicitly says existing competitors are building listings, not brands. Gemini says you need a sub-niche down, past generic vectors on t-shirts. DeepSeek calls it competitive but winnable. My own Etsy search confirmed that the actual saturation, dozens of near-identical Chicken Mom shirt listings. All four agree generic tee with slogan is not a differentiating entry point. Digital projects are the exploited side. So, GPT lists 25 of untapped digital, trackers, planners, journal guides. Gemini flags planners, journals, ebooks as high margin and proven sales. DeepSeek doesn't do well on digital specifications, but agrees Pod alone leaves margins on the table. My own search found 0 dedicated software tools for this audience, confirming the gap is real, not just theorized. So, Claude actually makes another valid point here. It talks about going digital. Digital products are pure fucking profit. I mean, literally, my uploader here, the only thing it actually technically cost me was about 5 days of pulling my hair out to get everything up and running. Plus my Claude $20 monthly fee thingy. But in reality, I've already made that money. So it didn't cost me anything other than time to build this. Fast, easy. That, by the way, is a $125 program because it comes with an upsizer. That's pure profit for me. Whereas with Pod, I'm working at $5. Your generators that you build, I can build an HTML generator for this brand. Sell it for anywhere between $10 and $20. That's pure profit, folks. That's, all I'm losing is 2.9% plus 30 cents. And that's just let Stripe handle all the payments. So digital has some, benefits over Pod. Plus no shit that I have to deal with returns and all that good jazz. So personalization is the level that beats the generic conversation. Yep. So pushes name hen flock products. Gemini explicitly recommends personalizing coop signs and custom portraits, calling out AOV lift. DeepSeek cites Etsy data that personalization products consistently rank among the best sellers. So there you go. Community school first, social first, sell second, which is a very smart idea. ChatGPT and DeepSeek both explicitly say build the audience community before or alongside selling. This matches your existing TikTok first playbook, which is very true. Now, there's a couple people here that are doing things right. DB, Claudia, myself, of course. When we are going live, we are not pushing products. We're not always saying buy. What we're doing is we're teaching. We're giving out really good gems for people to learn from us. And as you build the trust, hold on a second, I got to do the stupid puzzle thing. Yeah, I'm still here. There we go. Yay, puzzle's done. You build trust. And this is what ChatGPT and Gemini are basically talking about. You build trust. You literally go in and you start teaching people. You start talking with people. A good way of getting your foot in the door of any brand, of any niche, go to FB, go to IG, go to Reddit, come here on TikTok, go to people's lives, watch and actually interact, ask questions. If they're doing something kind of cool and you're not 100% sure, ask them questions. If they answer you, great. If they don't, well, hey, you can go to AI and say, hey, on Claudia's live, she was talking about this. Can you explain it to me? And yeah, I'm just picking on Claudia because I can. Claudia is really good about answering questions. DB is great about answering questions as well. I am okay at answering questions because I have a bad habit of not paying attention to the chat. But again, you go into these people's lives, you interact with them. You can actually tell people, I've gone into Claudia's and said, hey, have you tried this before? Or she'll be doing something really interesting, and I'm like, oh, hey, that's really cool. Can you walk me through that real quick? And she'll, walk me right through without any question. I can join DB's community. I can join Claudia's community. You can come into Discord and join our community, ask questions, but don't just ask questions. What you're going to do is you're going to give advice. I have a small following on Reddit, about maybe 3,000 people. Small following, considering the platform and whatnot. But these people come to me to ask questions about dropshipping because I started off dropshipping. And what I do is I go to a few forums, people ask questions of, hey, I'm really interested in getting into this. How do I do this? Or have you used this kind of deal? I go in and I answer the questions in my own grumpy fashion. Mind you, I try not to be a complete asshole. And I don't push a damn thing. I don't sell people anything. I don't say, oh, hey, I have, if you want information, you have to come and buy my course. I'm giving this information out for free. I build up trust. It took on Reddit to build that 3,000 people that actually come to me. Find some interesting communities and make sure that you have your heart completely and utterly locked down, because Reddit is a mean fucking place. It is a mean damn place. I actually do not have a Reddit. I do not have a Reddit group. One of these days, I may start an actual Reddit group. But I hang out in a few different, in a couple of print-on-demand groups, as well as a few dropshipping groups. Now, group-wise, my group is actually on Discord. It is the Rabbit Hole. You can find the link in my bio. I like Discord the best out of everything. Don't get me wrong. I like TikTok. It can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but with Discord, I can talk to people. I don't have to sit there and worry about my, how limited the chat function actually is, and I don't miss, someone's comment because I'm not paying attention. So Discord, we jump in, we can actually message each other, or right now I'm on Discord. I am literally in my group live. You can come in, you can see my full screen where, TikTok, you're kind of limited. Same with YT. I'm on YT as well, live at the same time. I'm in 3 places at the same time. Discord, though, you could you can come into our group, join the community, start talking, and I can hear you and answer questions. You may scare the shit out of me because no one's talking right now. But I can answer questions that way. It's a little easier. So, but you're going to build the trust up here. I don't care what platform you're on. You're going to build your trust up before you start saying, hey, buy this, buy this, buy that. Again, starting a brand, I've come to all 4 of these AIs, and I'm looking for the intersection. So all of them are saying pod's a good way to go. Crowded, with low profits, but that's pod for you anyways. Digital products are unexplored site, so where they disagree and why. Household audience size numbers are all over the place, and none of them agree with each other. My search, 11 million backyard chicken enthusiasts, a 2024 source, unclear methodology. DeepSeek's 11 million households, 28% growth claimed, 85 million total chickens, 4th most popular pet. Gemini, 13.4 million households. And so, different, it's literally giving me, so the bottom line, strip out the shaky stats and you're left with a generally convergent finding across 4 independent models plus my own live search, real, doable, identity-driven audience. Appeal space is commodity trap. Digital tools plus personalization art are the actual white space. Your hybrid Architron generator feeding POD pick is the correct synthesis of all 4 analysts. Because I told you, Claudia, I knew from the start that I knew that you would make a damn good teacher. So, yeah. It's like DB. It is an absolute pleasure to watch that. And I cannot believe I'm going to say this. It can make me feel fucking old. But it's amazing to watch that young man grow. Going from where he started off to what he's doing right now is absolutely fucking amazing. He's a damn good teacher as well. Claudia is a damn good teacher as well. So, you're going to find these people. And I don't care where you go. There are some really good people. Uh, there are some really good people, and there's some really shit people here as well. The best way to find out if the person is a shit person or not, go into their live. If all they're doing is talking about buy my course, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, or they say, don't you want to make more money? Those are shit people. Those are the people that you block. Those are the people that you do not follow because they don't give a shit about you. The only thing they want to do is they want to force you to open up your wallet and make you buy shit. Now, do I want you to buy shit of mine? Of course I do, because I'm tired of being broke. But if you don't buy something, you don't buy something. I don't care. I'm still going to teach you. I'm still going to answer questions. But the kind of people that the first thing that when you go on their live and you hear, oh, don't you want to make more money? Fucking run. And that is another thing I will address real quick. Stop talking about money. Oh, don't you want to make more money? Well, no shit, Sherlock. Everyone wants to make money. That is a dead pain point. That's beating a dead horse that's already been turned into Elmer's glue, and some kindergartner is probably chewing down on the glue right now as we speak. There are better pain points. As an example, my product here, my turn and burn POD automation for Printify. This touches on one really large pain point in the POD world. That's time. Because I don't know about you, but I am fucking tired of going into Printify or Printful and manually uploading every single damn product by hand, one at a time, adjusting the photos, clicking on, do I want it on the back? Do I want it on the front? Do I want tags? Ugh. It's fucking annoying, and it takes time. This here, on the other hand, as I said, I can load 100 products right up here. I just literally load up my products, figure out which one I want to do. If I say that I have 100 photos, I want to do t-shirts, mugs, and say stickers. I can literally load them each one at a time. I literally just come up to here, find the product that I want. Stickers. If I just type in stickers, wait until see if it comes up. So here we go. Oh, nope, it just takes a few seconds. So we have square stickers, kiss cut stickers. So if we do that, we select that. All of my photos will now be loaded as kiss stickers, which is the kiss cutout right there. Shows you a little picture and everything. 100 photos, oof, gone straight to Printify to my specific store. If you have multiple stores through Printify, you can do each store one at a time. I'm not going to make it to where you can load multiple stores because that could get confusing as shit. So it's one at a time, but I can literally do 100 products loaded for $1.50 using Claude or ChatGPT to do the SEO stuff, and boom, I can walk away and let this do this. It might take anywhere between 10 minutes to maybe 20 minutes. But while it's loading in the background, I'm going to be doing something else. I may be playing a game. I may watch a movie. I may hassle the wife because she deserves to be hassled because she married me. I can let it do its thing. And then the only thing I have to do is spend maybe another 20 minutes going through the products and slowly releasing them. You're not going to jump 100 products into your store right off the get-go. That's a dumbass idea. But I can slowly release, say that I want to load 20 to begin with. And then over time, every month I can load another 20. And they're just sitting there waiting for me to publish. And boom, off it goes to my store. As always, Claudia, you have a good day at work, if that's possible. I mean, you are working. Thank you for swinging in. And again, folks, if you want to learn, Claudia is a great lady to learn from. She's on, before you go, what times are you on normally? I know you're on in the morning, which is literally late in the evening for me. I think it's like 6 to 7 or 6 to 8, something like that. She's on early. Great group of people that hang out with her as well. She is a great teacher. Go follow her. DB is another good man to follow. And we all cover AI, but in different ways. So, You go to who you want, who you mesh with. Now, going back to the AI, and literally, DeepSeek is just going to tell us, let's see here, intersection. So overall viability, strong position, market growth. We have potential. Identity engine, which is a good. Again, when you are building a brand, you want it to be identity driven, not product driven. Emotional sending. Chickens are treated as pets. Yummy. One of the few pets that you can eat. No one bitches. Well, there you go. Claudia's on at 5:15 a.m. To 6:15 ish, Monday through Friday in California. You have a great weekend too, by the way. So follow her. She's a damn good teacher. Follow DB. He is another good teacher. Divergence, where they discuss and why. So, Divergence 1, the pod appeal market, winnable versus oversaturated. The camp, ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek all view it as moderate but winnable. The outlier, Claude, is saying, it's oversaturated. Again, this is where I would toss Claude out because he is the outlier. By the way, if you do not know, hey Dixie, if you don't know what an outlier is, every one of us has them. Every brand that you start, every TikTok that you start, every YT channel, IG channel, FB channel, Reddit, wherever the hell you want to go, you're going to have outliers. As an example, I am an outlier for Claudia. Claudia teaches mostly older women. That is her demographic that she's going after. I make an ugly ass woman. I'm 50 years old, haven't shaved in 50 years. Well, my legs anyways. I make one ugly woman. I am an outlier to her. So, that means that if I suddenly disappear, I stop showing up on Claudia's lives or anything like that. I don't say that I am one of her top customers and I've been buying shit from her for years. If I disappear from Claudia, Claudia doesn't give a shit. I'm an outlier. And I hope you're doing well, by the way, Dixie. She's not going to chase me. She's not going to say, oh, what can I do to change to keep you? She's just going to tell me, hey, have a nice life. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Now, if her target audience starts leaving in droves, she's going to chase after her target market and say, hey, how did I piss you off? What can I do to bring you back into the fold? Outliers, if they come into you, hey, great, cool, welcome aboard, my friend. If they leave, see you later. Cool, I have a stalker. Yay! So, the only people that you want to worry about is your demographic. And you're going to get different people coming into you. And that's perfectly fine. If they're assholes, boot them out. Don't even bother wasting your breath on them. Like, a good example here on TikTok. I will get trolls coming in left, right, and center saying, oh, AI is bad, you're stealing, this isn't real, yada, yada. I just ban them. I don't give a flying fuck what those little assholes think. And my target market, if someone starts yelling at me and starts swearing at me, I'll ban their ass as well. Because I don't give a shit. I am Gen X. I have no feelings. They were squished by friends and family way before you even showed up in my life. You're not going to hurt my feelings. And I have seen people actually quit their... Oh, cool, 200 comments. I appreciate that. I have seen people actually quit their lives, both men and women, because of one or two people getting nasty with them. And they're like, well, I don't have to put up with this. Boing, and off they go. And they boo-hoo and cry and throw shit. And why the fuck are you letting a complete, total stranger fuck your day up? That makes no sense to me. Now, if it's a friend or a family member that's making you pissed off, that's when you go over there and you settle things the way that it should be settled. Quick, swift whack to the mouth. So, stop worrying about what people think about you. Do your thing. Trolls come in, you bounce them out. I get to the FYP sometimes I don't. I don't care. I have, like right now, I have 6 followers, 7 people in here right now. Hey, Bob.
I will touch on one thing right now as well. Stop worrying about going viral. I don't care what platform you're on. Stop worrying about going viral. Viral does not feed the bulldog unless you are getting some kind of sponsorship or something like that. The most people, by the way, Dixie, that I've seen in my chat is normally about 120, 150 people. That's on a good day. And that's all when I'm showing pretty pictures. Right now, I'm showing the unglamorous side of actually starting a brand, which is doing the actual fucking research, doing your homework. Nobody tells you that you have to do this. They're like, "Oh, come learn from me. I will teach you how to start an entire brand, print-on-demand business or a drop-shipping business, and you'll make 10 grand in your first month." Horseshit. You will not make 10 grand your first month. Guaranteed you. Unless you, A, have money already in your bank that you can start pushing some serious ads, or B, you get really fucking lucky. Now, can you make 10 grand a month? Hell yeah. Can you make 100 grand a month? Fuck yeah, you can. Are you going to do that within your first year? Fuck no, you're not. Especially at the 100 grand mark. But, and this is something that I've pissed off quite a few marketers with. I've pissed off quite a few of the so-called gurus, to the point where I've been banned by multiple people from showing up on their lives. Your very first goal, your very first business goal, is to break even. Now, that sounds kind of counterintuitive. Yeah, that word. Because we're not in the business to break even. But your very first business goal when you are starting a brand new brand is to break even. And then everything else at the end of the month is gravy. So with this chicken mom, let's say that I decide to start up an Etsy store. Brand new store, not using one of my old stores and renaming it and all that crap. That's $30 right there. That is what the cost is going to be there. My other cost would be for Claude. So that's $50 right there. My Etsy listings. Let's say that I do 20 products. That's 40 cents. So $50.40. That is my break-even point for the first month. If I can make $50.40 for my very first month, I break even. Because that pays for my Claude account. That pays me back the $30 that I paid to Etsy to start the store. Plus it pays me back the 20 cents per... actually say it's 51. Say you put in 10 products, that's $1. So it's like $51 that I want to make on my first month. That is my break-even point, because that includes my Claude account that gives me my money back from starting Etsy, and for the listings as well. $50 is way easier. $51 is way easier to and more realistic to make on your first month than making a $10,000 month. I do not see the point in setting yourself up to fail. And that's what these gurus are doing. That's what these people are telling you. Oh, you're going to make 10 grand a month. They're setting you up to fail. And then what's going to happen is you're going to go to them and say, hey, I bought your course for 2, 3, 5, 10 grand, whatever the hell it is. I am not making the money you said I'm going to make. You know what they're going to do? They're going to tell you it's your fault. You must not have done something. You must not have followed my plan to the letter. You must not have followed the course. They're going to blame you for not making that 10. Welcome, everyone's coming in. They're going to blame you for not making that 10 grand. Hey, Serenity, how you doing? Hope you're going to have a good weekend. Because I know it's what, Friday there? Yeah, because it's Saturday here, so it's Friday there. So, stop setting yourself up to fail. Do your fucking homework. Literally, come to the AIs. Go, hey, I have this crazy ass idea. And you're going to give the prompt to all of them. The same prompt to all of them. You're going to read through what they give you. Then you're going to copy and paste everything that each of them give you. And you're going to go back to them again. And you're going to say, okay, this is all the information I have. Oh, 12 a.m. Well, hopefully it goes quick for you. Thank you for the heart meat too, by the way. You're going to take all the information that you got from the very first round, and in the second round, you're going to go back in and say, okay, all 4 of you gave me this information. Find the intersections. Thank you for the gifts. And if that intersection, if they all agree, hey, that's great. That's cool. Seeing how I'm using 4, let's say that let's say that there's a split. There's a 50-50 split. DeepSeek and Gemini agree with each other. Claude and Gemini say, hey, this is cool. Well, Chat and Gemini agree. Claude and DeepSeek agree, but they don't agree together. I will go then to Grok, and I will paste everything that I have in the Grok, and I'll use Grok as I will literally use, thank you for the gifts, I will use Grok as a tiebreaker. But if all 4 agree, cool. This is solid information. That means that my brand, my idea, I'm going to run with. If I get splits off, like Claude is basically telling me to stay away from print on demand, but the other 3 are saying, hey, print on demand is a good thing to go into, but be aware it is a heavily saturated niche. I'm going to ignore Claude, and I'm going to say, okay, I have 3 confirmed print on demand. So I'm going to go into print on demand and digital aspects for this. And, here we go. So DeepSeek is literally saying this is a 9 out of 10 idea, but only if you treat pod as the dessert, not the main course. Your main course must be a unique digital tool generator that creates custom art. Use that to drive personalized pod sales and use lifestyle branding to sell planners. Ignore Claude's warning about the saturation, and you'll likely struggle. Heed it, and you have a highly defensible, scalable brand. Well, see, DeepSeek is supporting Claude on this one. But I would still start on this chicken mom idea or the chicken brand. I would start both digital as well as print on demand. So basically now I have a solid idea that this chicken mom brand is going to work. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. I will have it build me an entire brand Bible for the chicken idea. And then I'm going to run through there. Hey, Jax. I am going to run the ever-living shit out of that. I'm going to go to Claude. I'll start off with ChatGPT, get my brand Bible. By the time it's said and done, I will have a completely branded store. I will have digital products. I will have pod products as well, already set and ready to go. I'll literally use Printify to do that with, because I have a program that's going to literally load. It's literally just going to allow me to load as many designs as I want to Printify, and I'm going to run that way. Now, if you want to learn to where I'm not going so fast, I do have a course. It's $25. It's on my store. Again, I'm not guaranteeing you that you're going to make millions and millions of dollars. I hope you do. But throughout the course, I'm going to say the same thing that I always say. Dream big, but keep one foot firmly planted in reality. I have literally been accused of crushing people's dreams, and the dreams that they have are fucking unrealistic. One gal that I slipped into her live because she was just talking about AI. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to build an AI for melanated people," and I'm like, "Okay, that's kind of a cool, very cool goal to have, a good dream, but reality based, no way in fucking hell." Unless you know a billionaire that has nothing better to do with their money. She did not like that. She's like, "Oh, you're going to crush my dream. You're trying to crush my dreams." And I said, "No, I'm not trying to crush your dreams. I'm trying to give you a little bit of a dose of reality, because to actually make an AI, you need a hell of a server, a lot of computers, a big ass building to cool said computers down, and that's millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars. And I do not know anyone here on TikTok that has millions and millions of dollars. So, dream as big as you want, but keep your foot firmly planted in reality, folks. Again, your first goal for your very first business goal should honestly be break even. Once you hit that break even point, say that you do it within 2 months. Cool. Your first month you've lost a little bit of money. That's business. You're going to lose money. But say the second month you have broke even within the first 2 days. Cool. Now everything after that 2 days, that's pure profit. That goes back into your business. Keep $20, $30 to celebrate. The rest of your money goes right back into your business. Running ads, setting up maybe you keep hitting your limit on Claude or ChatGPT. Maybe you jump up to the next tier, or you open up a second account. It doesn't matter. But that money you are going to reinvest in your brand. Keep $20-$30 in your pocket to take yourself out to a nice dinner, or even just a fucking McDonald's to celebrate. You're not going to spend any money, your money, for probably about 6 months, in all honesty. Every dollar that you're going to make, you're going to keep $20-$30 in your pocket. And the rest of it, you're going to be smart about it. You're going to invest in yourself. You're going to invest in your brand. Maybe there's a course that you want to take that you've been really wanting to buy, but it's, $2,000. Well, you save up $2,000 from your profits, and the business is paid for your education. Now, I'm not saying not to buy courses. I have a couple of courses myself that I've set up. You can find them on my brand. You can literally find them in my store. But do you need the courses? No. You can find all this information out on TikTok, YT. But the course itself saves you time because everything is located in one spot. So, one or the other, whichever one you want to go about with. But your business goal, your very first business goal, in all honesty, is to break even. Now, say that you found somebody here on TikTok that has a $900 course, and you really like that person. You like what they're teaching. They're actually giving you advice, and you say, okay, it's gonna hurt, but I can swing that $900. So you buy that $900 that $900 course. You go in, you start up your brand, follow the course, whatever. And it starts working for you. Well, your first business goal, again, break even point. So your first business goal would be to make that $900 back. It might take you a couple of months to make that $900 back. It might take you half a year to make that $900 back. But you will eventually make that money back, and that is your break even point. And once you break even, then you're going to set yourself another goal. But it's going to be a small goal. Stop setting yourself this massive, I'm going to be a millionaire in a year bullshit. Because we are going to stumble. We are going to fail. I have started multiple brands. I have fallen flat on my face like you wouldn't believe. I've even spent money on a thing that I was 100% sure of, that this would succeed, and it fucking bombed. I mean, it bombed hard. But guess what? I learned quite a bit from that. And that's what you want to do. You want to learn from your failures. And sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is, hey, dumbass, don't do that again. I'm 50 years old and I'm still learning that, hey, dumbass, don't do that again lesson. I'm a slow learner. Shut up. So, we literally have a chicken brand that we can build. All 4 of the AIs that I've gone to, giving them all the same prompt, verifies the data. I have done the homework. That is the non-sexy part that you need to do. That is the non-fun part. It's dull as shit. It can get interesting because if you actually read it, they're going to come up with some ideas that you hadn't even thought of. Like, a couple of them have mentioned a digital planner. So what kind of digital planner could I make for the backyard chicken people? I can go to ChatGPT. I would actually go to Gemini. Again, really great for brainstorming. It's free. Or, in my case, I'm actually paying for it now because Google One AI plan is like $7 a month. Gives me a shit ton of storage now on Google Drive, which I need. But it gives me access to Flow Music and a few other things. So, it is imperative, and I cannot stress this enough, and that's a big ass word for me at this early in the morning. It is imperative for you to do your fucking homework. Don't come to me whining, I started this brand and it's not working. What am I doing wrong? Without being able to come to me and say, hey, I've done all this research. The research backs up that this is a good idea. Why the fuck am I not making any money? Then I will help you. Then I will tell you, okay, maybe your marketing is a little bit off. Maybe your target market's a little bit off. Maybe you have too broad of a target market. Again, you don't want a broad target market. Broad target markets suck. They're a bitch to sell to and everything. Ooh, I got to be careful about that. This is one of my HTML generators. I don't want to scroll up any further because TikTok is going to throw a fucking hissy fit. I use CArt, by the way, for all of my artwork and whatnot. It is worth the money, but it comes with a warning. It does do adult spicy things that TikTok does not like. And it will ban you. And I have been kicked off my own live because of that. Again, this website here, my gallery, which I'm going to be building out slowly but surely, done using Claude. And my Spark persona, which reminds me, I think I told you, Jax, but there is going to be an updated version of Spark. So those that have Spark and Architron, send me a message so that I can make sure that you have the full updated versions of them. Because Architron, I made one minor change to it so that he protects our generators a lot better, to where people can't find the code as easy. So I want to make sure that everyone that has those two have them. The Spark as well as the Architron bundle is still up on my store. $100. And they're yours. It makes it easier to build, makes it absolutely be able to make killer websites like this. And to make HTML generators. Very, 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 very easy. I can literally go to, actually let's go to Claude. Find my Claude code. Let's see here. There's a cherry blossom. What we're going to do is I'm just going to tell Claude, close that off because I don't need that. And I'm just going to tell it, I need a new HTML generator. This one is going to be all about crazy chickens. I want both cartoon style as well as illustration style artwork. This generator needs to be similar to every generator we have built. And let's see here. Output needs to be in natural language. Boom. And Architron's going to handle it for me, so that I don't have to do anything. Thank you for the likes and the gifts, by the way, folks. I do appreciate them. So I can walk away, let Claude build. By the way, if you are doing, make sure I'm in Claude Code. If you are using Claude on the desktop, make sure that you're using Claude Code more than normal Claude, because Claude Code is actually cheaper to use than just the normal chat on Claude. Because normal chat on Claude has to constantly go back through everything. Every time that you talk with it, it's going back through the entire conversations. Claude Code does it once and it doesn't give a shit. So it saves you on tokens. So we're literally having it build me a new generator. And we'll see what that does. So my Spark skill literally now has a whole Spark slots. Gotta be careful with that word, now don't I? Makes this nice floating reel. Loads all my. I can literally load any and all my photos, and this is a great landing page to send people to. They're gonna see all these pictures that are sliding by. And they're gonna go like, "Ooh, what kind of I need to go check this out." And they're gonna come in here. They'll click on the gallery. They enter the gallery, and this is what they're gonna see. Once I stop being lazy and finish filling this whole thing up. There we have 2 cubes there. I can have multiple cubes however I want. Load my music up, and we're good to go. And by the way, if any of you 4 people or anyone that's outside of this watching, if you know somebody that actually does that can read sheet music, send them my way, would you? Because I have a new program that it gives us another option to do with AI music. And that's actually to make the actual music sheets with our songs. Let me find, where is that? There we go. And we go to, bloody hell, where did it get to? There you are. Sheet music, go to, tools, Why are you doing that? Internal. Let's see here. It should have an output. Nope, I haven't used that one in a bit. That's just irritating when it does that. I think I had to rebuild it. I think that's why there's nothing there. Output. Well, here's one of them. I'll just show this to you. This also makes this cute kind of, this kind of cool music. And that's the full sheet music, by the way, that ribbon that's going across. But that's what the whole thing will do. It also gives me the sheet music. Let's go to here. I don't want to... let's open that with Microsoft Edge. Come down here, and boom. One full sheet music. And this is using a combination of stems, or you can literally let the program split it apart and find the stems and whatnot. But Suno Music and Flow Music allow you to download the stems. And the program will literally use the stems to write your music sheet. The idea here is that you can start, say that you have an AI singer, that you are into the AI music like what I've been getting into. You have your own singer. Well, now, not only can you sell merchandise for your singer, you can sell your music as well, but you can also sell and or give away the sheet music. And as far as I know, this is legitimate sheet music. Again, to me, this looks like chicken scratches. I don't read sheet music. But according to all the AIs, when I gave it the actual output that it could read, it all says, yes, this can actually be played. I just got to find somebody that can verify it, an actual human being. Because AI is not really set up to run, to read music notes. Oh, okay. Natural language. If I don't tell it natural language, a lot of times what's going to happen is it's going to give me a list. Let me see if this. It will literally do a list, and that's all it's going to do. It's going to give me. It will literally give me a list, and yeah, that list you can take to Midjourney. You can take to anywhere, and it'll give you an okay photo. But if we put it in natural language, which this is what these are trained on. So instead of a list, it's going to say, my subject is, all that good jazz. Matter of fact, let me just, instead of running my fucking mouth, we go to here, we go to generator builds. There we go. Generator websites. We go to websites. We go to generators. Let's just grab the big-eyed cat portrait thing. Click one of those. Okay, so here is the natural language. It literally says a breathtaking studio pet photography portrait of a Maine Coon kitten, instantly recognizable for its wide, innocent, begging eyes, captured in three-quarter facing the camera, every detail, yada 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 yada. Whereas if and I've done this before, I've forgotten to tell it to put it in natural language, it's going to give me a list. The list will be Maine Coon, big eyes, lighting is. It's just going to be a list. It's going to give me an okay photo, but if I put it in natural language, the way that we talk and the way we type, the AI of my choice, whatever AI art that you're going to be using, is going to give you something way better because it understands this better than just a list. You want to know, Dixie, do you want to know the honest truth of why I'm such a brilliant person? I will give you the truth. I'll actually tell you the truth of it. I fuck up a lot. And I mean a lot. More than I probably should actually admit to. So, I learn from my fuck ups. I simply say, okay, well, that didn't fucking work. My next question is, why didn't it work? Well, actually, the second thing is, do I still have all 10 toes and 10 fingers? Then I ask why it didn't work. Again, remember, I am Gen X. I am a redneck. I have played with too many things that go boom boom than most people should. And here is one cat thing. One Maine Coon kitty. Very cute. And that generator might be up on my store. I don't remember my app. Which, by the way, I do have an app for Mac as well as PC. It's $5. It's on my store. Gives you access to all my free generators as well as some of the ones that I have up on my store. Which I have to go back into Claude and have them actually load them to my store. The app itself, the Realm Render app, I am going to be offering that service as well. To build that, let me find it. I will show you what what it looks like, and it will also come with a Apple conversion, so that you have both Mac as well as Apple. You can give it away, or like with my case, you can sell it for like $5. So let's go to Realm Render. I have too many folders here, folks. Well, we click on the Realm. Oh, don't do that. Don't reinstall the damn thing. And voila. I will show you what the Realm Render app looks like. And this is what the app looks like. Oop. You literally will sign in. You get free access, whatever is free. You can click on those. You don't even have to sign in. The only time that you have to sign in is if you've actually bought one of my generators. We have the cubes, which I'm slowly becoming famous for because I just love this idea. And it's a good digital fidget spinner. And then, of course, you have all the products. This also comes with a community board that people can actually chat with you on there. You have full control over this via Google Sheets. And unfortunately, people are being people. They forget they're supposed to be adults, and they might send a nasty little message or something like that. I can wipe it off. And I can ban somebody from the app if they abuse it or something like that. But the beautiful thing is, if we go to generators, let's go to one of the free ones. Let's see here. Where's my free one? There we go. This one here. Voila. The Chibi Fluffy Cat Generator. We just click on that one. Copy that. We go to DeepSeek. Throw that into DeepSeek. Yep, there we go. Remove my, not DeepSeek, sorry, CArt. And I can also go to Gemini. Let's go to Gemini real quick. Let's go to Images. And we'll just throw this in there. Voila. But the beautiful thing is with the app, or your app, if you so want to buy it, if someone presses F12, it does not bring up anything. They cannot get your code. They can't steal it from you. They can use it, but they cannot steal it from you. So this way you're not just handing them the entire HTML coding, that then they can go in, change it to their brand, and sell it as theirs without paying you the price for a white label. This way it protects it. Plus, it builds you a community. It allows you to, thank you for letting me, it allows you to build your own community. So you can give this away, you can give your app away for free, use it as a lead magnet, or you can sell it again, $5, $10, whatever the hell people are willing to buy. Thank you for the gifts. But literally, I have full, we got art packs that I'm going to set up selling, music, bundles. And speaking of music, instead of relying on, if I go to music, we just come here, as you can see, my pyramid, if someone clicks on it, it starts music. Click on that again. Click on another face. Plays a different music. Spoken. The the whole thing. And this is part of the program that you'll end up getting as well. If you do AI music. Now, the one thing I will say about the AI music as well, I think people are doing it wrong. They're going into like DistroKids, which is a good program, and they're trying to sell they get their music up on all the platforms that are out there: Spotify, here, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. And that's pretty. That's Gemini, by the way. And they're hoping that people go in and start listening to the songs, and they will get royalties off of it. Well, one, they don't pay out for at least 2 months on royalties. Two, royalties are pretty slim. Now, if you put your music up on, say, Apple or Google, again, slim pickings. What you really want to do is, DistroKids or that kind of service is a good way of getting you actually discovered, getting your AI music discovered. But you want to lead them back to your webpage, to your branded webpage. And then you're going to sell directly to the customers. You're going to sell your own tracks. You could bundle the entire album if you wanted to, and say, hey, for $5 or $10, you get 20 songs that you absolutely love. And the $20, that $10, you're going to lose. Let's see here. Let's say that we sell an album for $10, and we're using Stripe, so we're going to go. That times 2 points. What was it again? Shit. Let's just go 2.5. I know that's not it, but that's what my brain is saying. 2.5%. Where's my percent? Equals. So you're going to make $9.75 per per album that you sell. And that's money in your hands. Whereas royalties, again, they only pay like every 2 months. Or every month, somewhere around there. And the royalties are pretty slim. They do add up after a while. Thank you, 2.9%. Thank you very much, Ann. So let's just try that again. $10 at, as I said, my brain's just not working. Times 2.9 equals, wrong. 10 times 2.9 fucking percent. 29 cents. Oh, plus, let's go 35 cents equals, so you're losing 64 cents. Minus $10. So you're making $9.36. Ignore the minus thing. Thank you. Hey, Slim, thanks for joining. Oh, and by the way, another great teacher has just entered the room. Slim. Jax, if she's still here, she's a good teacher as well, even though she doesn't admit to it. She's still a good teacher. Another good people. There are a lot of good people to follow around here. Now let's see if Claude has finished the chicken generator. Aha! One chicken generator. I gotta find it. Crazy chicken. Okay. I'll go back to here. And go to my generators. Generator build. Oh, nope. Wrong one. That's the wrong one. Websites. Oh no, actually that's even the wrong one. I know exactly where it put it in. It's been sticking them in here for some damn reason. Alright, where's my crazy chicken? Crazy. Nope. Where are you at? Or did you actually get smart? Let's see here. I have too many generators here, folks. Big-eyed, so your cancer support gnomes, cherry, chibi, Siamese evil, another chibi grumpy one, grumpy, cosmic, cozy, crazy chicken. There we are. I knew I'd find it. Let's go to the Rooster Riot. And we're going to throw that into here. Oh, this is just from the big-eyed kitty generator that I had. Very cute. Cuteness overload. Cuteness overload. And let's chuck in. Now, sometimes this will work. Sometimes it won't. It'll be shit. So add a Gothic touch to the chickens. But see, this generator here could be part of the chicken brand that I've been talking about this morning. This could be one product that I actually sold. So I could sell this to, $10 and tell people, hey, you can make all the art you want. So here we go. Crazy chickens. Let's center the screen so you can actually see it. My neighbor actually has a bunch of chickens, but what he does is he has a rooster to protect them, but this rooster does not crow. It's literally a crowless chicken. Well, rooster. It does not crow at all. And he actually said if it does crow, well, it goes into the pot. But he does keep them. He does keep one not only to protect the flock, but to also make sure that the flock continues to grow. But this guy's like in his 90s, Italian man, nice enough fellow. But he literally says that any chicken that starts crowing, into the pot it goes. Well, see, as you can see, this is a mutant chicken. This is what happens when you put a Gothic touch on the chickens. You get mutant chickens. But hey, a chicken with an extra drumstick, I'm not going to complain about. More food for me. So, that was a bust. But that's okay. These ones weren't bad. Let's chuck this into Gemini and we'll see what Gemini gives us. Just out of sheer interest. But I could literally build an entire chicken brand. Because the AIs, all the homework that I've done, which I showed you how to do, and if you want to learn how to build a brand properly, my course is $25. It's not that much. About an hour and hour and 40 minutes, something like that. And it goes through the entire step. It'll literally lead you step by step. Oh, here we go. And this is Gemini. Thank you for the gifts there. Squawk, crate, flat, bop, poof, chaos. I actually kind of like that one. That's very cute. Back that off. And voila. So, again, I could spend 20, maybe 30 minutes getting products up and running. Get my photos up, set up, resize them so that they, using my resizer. And if we go to the resizer, let me find it. Hold on a second. I'll show you how easy that one does. Let's go to Print Pro. Where are you at? Print Ready Pro. There you are. Put that in there. Let that fire off. It'll take a minute or two. I can literally put my photos here in the... this is the generator that I made. I got bored. Come on. You can do it. My computer is slow. So, since when have you seen nudity? And congratulations to you. Where? Where, who, why, and when? That's what I want to know. What up? One little happy kookaburra. And these buggers are loud. If you've never heard one, my God, they are loud. They are loud buggers. And they do sound. They literally sound like they're laughing. Boing. Okay, that's fine. There we go. What up? So, I love Australia. I love the bird life here, but man, these buggers are loud. And I also hate hearing them laugh because of the fact that when they laugh, it means that the weather's going to change that day. Most of the time, they're harbingers of rain, and I hate rain. Rain hurts me. So, now, are you going to load or not? Oh, that's my app. There we go. Here's the Print Ready Pro. And this is actually bundled in with the Turn and Burn Printify program. All I gotta do is I gotta go in here, go to batch mode, add my folders, let's go to, not output, we want to go to input. Boink, pop that in there. Find the category that I want. Let's see here. Let's just go t-shirt. So this is literally using Printify's. Oh, they are loud. Literally, you use, this is going through, the longest part that this program takes is when you load up your API token from Printify. Not Printify, sorry. I gotta quit calling it Printify. Printful. Yeah, that one program that this is for, my brain just locked up on me again. You load your API token, and this is going to take about 20 minutes, half hour to load. Because what it's doing is it's literally grabbing the proper size. So that you, it will literally resize your photos to whatever product that you want. Like this one t-shirt here, the cotton tee. So we're just going to process the batch. Valid output. Well, it helps if I actually pick the right valid photo output. Here we go. So your folder, inputs, file name. Yeah. Where in the hell is the output? Portrait. Yep. We want to make sure that's, we can do fit, fill and crop, stretch. We'll just do fill and crop. We have that mode there. Okay, what are you bitching about now? Process batch. Oh, there it is. Let's see here. It's wanting me to do the batch folder again, so let's just do it there. We'll follow the proper steps. Otherwise, it will throw up an error like what it just did. Let's see here. Where is the Print Ready Pro? There we go. Input folder. Select that folder. And then output folder. We just go back to here and we go to output. Print that there and process. And boom. 1 of 9. And as you can see, we got a nice little bar that's moving across. And this literally takes less than 2 minutes. And these shirts I can literally load to Printify using my program. It'll cost me about 9 cents if I want to use Claude to do the SEO descriptions and whatnot. And it automatically loads it straight up. And I don't have to fuck around with it. So there we go. That was fast. That was easy. If we go to output and we go to output folder, boom. As you see, I now have full photos that are all stretched and all that good jazz. Proper size, proper DPI, which is 300 DPI for Printify. Fast, easy, no fuss, no muss. And if you've ever wanted to know how you get your API token from Printify, what we do is we go to Printify. Let's see here. We'll just click there. Load the Printify. Load up my store, or one of them, that I have not really made much use of. Click sign in. Oh, there we go. It's already going to sign in for me. What you're going to do is you're literally going to go in and you're going to find, once it's done loading its fucking self, quit being slow today. Let's close that off. Close that off. Close that off because I don't need that open up anymore. And this is actually, these two programs are up on my store. It's $125 for 20 people. And then I am going to be jumping the price up. Oh, yeah. And of course, it's going to do this when I'm live. Come on. Quit being a pain in the ass. Just F5 the thing. Literally says, mine's a new store. And what we need to do is we need to go to account, notification, wallet, account, help. There we go. And what I do is, okay, you're going to literally click on connections. And then see how it says I have 2 API tokens? You're literally just going to generate a brand new token. And then you paste that into this program here. And so we can literally set it up for whatever we want, whatever product that you want. You can set the price. Now, unfortunately, for this one here, they don't share the actual shipping cost and the price via their API. So you would literally have to go in if you want to figure out your actual profit margins of what you're going to make. You literally have to go in, find out what the shipping cost is going to be, and what the actual cost of the product itself is. It's annoying that they don't share that. It would be nice if they shared that, so that I could actually, I don't have to do shit manually. I can just load everything up, ready to rock and roll, and go from there. So we literally have, multiple ways of making this fast, easy. You're literally just going to you're literally going to load your brand, your brand logo. That way, if you're just doing t-shirts, you can have your logo as a tag, and it will literally put it as a tag for you. It's fast, it's easy. Everything is going to be on brand, and of course, you have your this is where you put your API. Well, it says API key. They call it a token, and then you can put your Claude or your OpenAI's API in there. It depends on which one you want to use. Figure out what products you actually want. Find your store. I literally have I have my Etsy store because I actually have Printify set up for one of my Etsy stores. And literally, we just set up the design. Like this one here, if I go to design folder, let's go to, let's just say to hell with it. If we pop that up there, and we click this one here, select the folder, 8 valid images found. So there we go. So that would literally cost me 8 cents to run this if I put my brand Bible in there. You can also, if you have a full SEO listing, you can literally put in your title, description, and all that good jazz. Or you press the quick preview SEO copy, and boom. Claude or ChatGPT, whichever one you prefer, I prefer Claude, will write fully branded title as well as description and your tags based off of your photo and your ChatGPT, off your brand Bible, the photo that you supply, and whatever product you have actually selected, because it will actually pull the product details from Printify, and it will actually include that as well, because quite frankly, and this is one thing that I will tell you here and now, if we come to catalog and assembled in the USA, let's just go streetwear, click on the very first one. You get all this useless fucking information. Here we go. This is what it gives you. It gives you a material 100% ring spun. This description here, I've seen so many people use. It's fucking useless. It's not branded. It's dull. It's what everybody uses. You need to put your branding to this. And this is where the AI comes in. It will literally take this information and it will actually include it in your description, but it's not going to be in a list format like this. It's going to be on brand for you. Same with the care instructions and all that good jazz. So many people just copy and paste what the supplier gives them, and they're like, oh, well, that's good enough. That's not good enough. I have sold, literally, I had a brand that was drop shipping high-end furniture. Had to stop it because of all the bullshit going on in the Indian Sea at the time with pirates and all that other crap. But I was selling a dish rack. This dish rack was stainless steel, all black, and it sat literally over top of your sink, so that when you put your dishes in there, it just drip dries, and all the water goes straight into your sink. Those racks cost me $50. I literally sold, if I remember correctly, anywhere between 10 to, well, actually, I know I sold 10 specifically because of the description, because it was on brand, had good photos that the supplier had given me. But I didn't use their description because their description was shit. The description was literally this. It was just materials. It didn't say a damn thing. But I literally had 10 customers come to me and say the only reason why I bought this was because of the description. Mind you, once it got to them, they were very happy with it. But they said it was the description plus the photos, but they said the description is what grabbed them. I literally had one guy look at my store before I went live with it, because I always prefer to get a couple sets of eyes onto a brand before I go live with it. And he was swearing at me because I wasn't even live, and his wife was demanding that he buys the dish rack simply because she liked the description of it. They even bought an ottoman as well. Still don't understand why people use those things. They're just, to me, they're tripping hazards. But hey, you sell it, you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you. You trip and break something, that's your fault, not mine. So make sure that your products have decent descriptions that are on brand. If you're making HTML generators, the way you can make them on brand is literally tell the Claude, tell ChatGPT, whoever you have them make them, tell them to include your branding, your background colors, your brand name. You can even have it put your brand logo in it if you want. Just make sure that the logo is somewhere that it can access it at all times. You can even base 64 things into it, fonts and all that good jazz. And yes, I have a base 64 program on my store. It will let you turn text, photos. Don't recommend doing photos, but it will let you do text is the best one to turn it into a base 64 because that hard codes the text into the generator. So if somebody, say, from that has a Mac computer, they buy your generator, or even with someone that on Windows, and you're using a font that you found on somewhere like DeFont, and nobody has that installed but you, Google is going to Google, Edge, Mac, they're all going to default back to a standard font, so you lose that font. But if you turn it into a base 64 code, which is a really, really, really long string, it hard codes that specific font into your generator, so that no matter what system the person's on, they're going to see that font. You can even base 64 your own logo. Now, excuse me, if they're buying your logo, they're buying your generator and you're giving them the entire code, doesn't matter, because if it's a little slow because it's just running off local. But if you have it hosted on a website and they're going to a website, then base 64ing everything is a dumb idea because they're going to think that they've gone back into the dial-up age. And trust me, that sucked. Middle of a fucking download, you literally have 2%. Well, you're at the end of a download, you have 5% to go, and mom picks up the phone and disconnects you. 2 fucking hours of watching this thing slowly climb through, completely and utterly gone, wasted. Now, I yell out, "Mom, why'd you pick up the phone? Oh, I'm so sorry, but I need to make a phone call. I don't care. Wait until mom gets off the phone. She hangs up. You duct tape the phone to the base so no one can pick it up, and you go back in. 1 MP4 takes you 2 hours to download. Yes, I am still traumatized by that. Yeah, youngins have no idea how good you have it. So, we have a punk rock hen. I have to see this. Before I get off, we have to see what a punk rock hen looks like. Kill that, because we already know that that won't work, but there is another that might work that I like. This one. Click apply. And then we'll go to Gemini. That's Claude. Close Claude. I don't need that. Don't need that. I'll bring that back up again. I'll close that one off. Close that off. I must have closed off Gemini. I'm good. Constant closing off shit that I need. Go to images. Voila. And we'll see what Gemini comes up with. Now again, this is all part of a chicken brand if I wanted to start a chicken brand. Because I know that that idea is a solid idea. I've gone to ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Claude and said, okay, I want to start this idea. Find all the information you can. Gave all 4 the same prompt, read through, quote unquote, read through what it said, copied and pasted every single thing into a notepad, and then said, hey, look for the intersections. Now that looks like a pissed off chicken. So if you ever wondered what a punk rock chicken hen looks like, there you go. We now have a punk rock chaos chicken. See what what DeepSeek came up with. Relatively unimaginative. It's not bad though. I like Gemini's a little bit better. Mine are kind of cool. I would have to play with the prompt a little bit to get something a little bit better. But that's what these generators do. These generators give you a prompt that you can then go around. And I can make a ton of money off of one generator. Either as lead magnets, prompt guides, the photos themselves, and the generator itself. That's like 5 ways. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? You got Miami Vice coming right up. Now, see, these ones are a little bit better. The cone's a little weird, but he doesn't care because he is punk rock. Legend. I still kind of like Gemini's a little bit better. Oops, not that one. That one right there. That's kind of cool. I could see that on a t-shirt. Wall poster, whatever I wanted to do. Now, digital products, if I'm not sure, again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Gemini. And I'm going to say, okay, I have this chicken brand. What kind of programs or what kind of journals can I build for this brand? For my specific niche. And it's going to give me some really cool ideas of what I want to build. Then I'm going to go to ChatGPT. You can go to ChatGPT or Claude. I prefer Claude for coding, and I will have Claude build it for me. I can then go and sell it. What's this? USB stick not responding. That's fine. Oh. Speaking of that, so bitch, that's hot. Hot. If you ever buy a USB stick, by the way, don't get one that's all metal. Those fuckers get hot. Especially when you forget that you left them in your computer. So if you want to learn how to build a brand properly, do your homework properly, the non-sexy stuff that you should be doing first before you even think about making pretty pictures or videos or anything else like that, go and open up all 4 ChatGPT. What are you doing? Screw it. Hold on a second. There we go. This is getting annoying. If my phone dies, it dies. Before you even start making photos, before you start making videos, go to all 4 of the main AIs out there, ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Claude, and say, hey, I have this idea. Find all the information you can about this idea. You give the same prompt to all 4, and this is how you validate your ideas. You're looking for the crossover. If all 4 are suddenly glitching out on you and they're laughing at you, then that's not a good idea. And I've even had both Claude and ChatGPT ask me one time, which still makes me laugh, was they said, yes, you can build it, but the real question is, should you build it? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Quote, unquote. And that was from both ChatGPT and ChatGPT and Claude at the same damn time. Kind of hurt my feelings. But they were all basically saying, hey, look, moron, waste of time, waste of energy. There are better things for you to be doing. Again, if you want to start getting into vibe coding, I'm going to end up doing a course on that as well. And it's just going to show you how I vibe code. Everybody vibe codes a little bit differently. My very first step for vibe coding is going into Gemini. I use Gemini for brainstorming like crazy. One, it's free. Even the free version is free. It's really good for that. The paid version, I haven't really messed with the settings on that one yet, but yeah. It's really good to justify an idea in your head. To go in and say, okay, I have this idea for a program. Let's start hashing it out. And we get features off of this way. And that is how you actually build things. So you now have, what was that? No, that's fine, Gemini. But if you actually, again, if you want to learn how to build a brand properly from idea all the way to your very first product, course is on my store. It's $25. And, you know, it's like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, something like that. You can go through it at your own pace. You don't have to worry about if I'm on live and whatnot. It is for 48 people only. Once I get 48, correction, make that 47. Thank you for whoever just bought it. I appreciate that. So for 47 people, you know, once I get that 47, those 47 people, I will be removing it from my store. I do not know if I will bring it back or not, or if I will charge more for it. I haven't made my mind up on that one, but it will be gone either way. So do not miss out on that one. But beyond that, if you are into doing print on demand and you're tired of doing single products one at a damn time, trying to going into not Printfy, but Canva or Adobe to resize your photos and whatnot, the bundle is $125. It literally will upsize your products specifically for Printify, and will let you load all your products to the store. It's very fast, very easy. And let's see a preview. This is just one that I threw in there. So, you know, mind you, I would do better at that photo there. But it was a test run. And if we go back to here, here's literally this is what whatever. This is what Claude gave me. Grumpy Unicorn Kitten AI art print. Blue shark hoodie cat design. A moody tabby kitten sits bundled in a plush blue shark and unicorn hoodie, complete with a pink horn, sharp felt teeth, and tiny pink paws poking out. The soft pastel palette and comically grumpy expression creates an irresistible, meme-worthy contrast perfectly for cute meets quirky content. This AI art generator is ready to render yada yada yada. Cost me 1 cent to do that. Then when I want to go to publish, I just click publish. Of course, it's showing the shirt at $24.99. I would actually, literally, it's actually saying the price might be too low. So if we there we go. So it's saying $28.99 for that one T-shirt. All different stocks, the whole thing. So all I'd have to do is publish, and boom, it is now live on my store. But you always, always, always read what the AI puts out. So they're literally telling me the shirt is $28.99, profit is $14. In reality, the profit is not $14.97. Production cost is $14.25. Standard shipping options, you know, you can find out whatever shipping costs. Actually, if we go to standard, it doesn't actually tell you. That's annoying. Oh, and by the way, one other little bit of trick when it comes to print on demand, offer free shipping. And what you're going to do, no, you are not actually paying for the shipping cost. The shipping cost is not going to bite into your profit. What you do is you actually literally work the price into your how much you're actually going to sell it for. So as an example, let's go t-shirts. We click on this one here. The t-shirt here from $12.41. So that's the first one. And let's see here. Choose manually. Shipping costs. So we're literally, if we go with the very first shipping one, or the Printify choice, let's see here. Lowest price from $21. Okay, whatever. I always just use manual. So we have $12.14. So you go $12. Clear that out. $12. And 41 cents. plus just go $6 because that's what it's literally saying. $4.29. Let's just bump it to 5 plus 5. What the ever loving hell? Clear that out. Let's go 5 plus. Let's just go 13. Fuck it. Why are you being stupid? 13 plus 5. I don't want to do math. Thank you. $18. So, this shirt is going to cost me $18. I want to make $10 on it, so I'm going to charge somebody $28. And I'm going to tell them free shipping is included. It may not be included, and everyone realizes that, hey, there's no such thing as free shipping. But we still like to see the free. It's like, ooh, free shipping. So there we go. Average production time, 4 days, all that good jazz. So, God only knows how long it will take for arrival. But you plan all of that out. You literally put in the price of whatever the cost is of your t-shirt or your product. So literally $18. So I want to make it. Let's say I want to make a $10 product. So I'm going to charge somebody $28 for that t-shirt. So on that one t-shirt, I make $10. Or maybe I want to keep my prices a little bit lower. I'm only going to charge $5 for it. Well, I'm going to add my profit of $5. If you really want to get technical, you could figure out what Stripe is going to cost you as well, and then add the processing fees as well. Most of the time, I don't do that because I'm lazy, and I just realize that, hey, I might make $4.27 off 27 cents off this one t-shirt. And that's perfectly okay because if 10 people buy it, that's 40, that's basically $50 right there that I did not have to begin with. So, having said that, I do need to get my ass moving. It is that time of my morning. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. And again, website here. This is made using my Persona Spark. The generators themselves are made using Argatron. They are both on my store, $100. And they do some really amazing fucking work now. Spark's got a lot of shit in her now. And she's probably going to get a lot more stuff put into her as well. As I continue to comb the net and I find more interesting things, I will update Spark and update literally. Thank you very much, Ann. By the way, I'm going to be sending you Spark here shortly. So, Spark's got some new tricks underneath her hat. And the gallery, this front page here is one of them. The whole Spark slot. And I got to be really careful with that word. So, y'all have a good day, good night. And I will talk with you later. Come on. Thank you. Yay. 9 cents. There we go. Voila. It's just me here, so cool. I can kill that. Go wake the missus up. Yay. Yes. Cool. Well, goodbye, YouTube.